Well, hello there, girls and boys and moms and dads, and welcome to PJs and Pillows. Tonight's scary book is called Boris and Bella. It was written by Carolyn Crimi and illustrated by Boris Grimley. Let's begin. Bella Legrossi was the messiest monster in Booville. Her slime was the slimiest, her grime was the grimiest. Her piles of lizard gizzards blocked the doorways, and her stacks of snake tails overflowed her counters. None of the other monsters could stand Bella's mess, so Bella lived by herself. Boris Kleanitoff was the tidiest monster in Booville. He vacuumed his vampire bats, dusted his spider webs, and polished his pythons daily. No one could stand Boris's persnickety ways, so Boris lived alone. Bella and Boris were neighbors, and they did not get along. "Clean up those crusty old cauldrons. I'm sick of your cluttered yard," Boris would shout. "Can't you stop those bewitched broomsticks from sweeping? They're driving me batty," Bella shouted back. And so it went, day in and day out. When Bella had a barbecue, she did not invite Boris. On Valentine's Day, Boris sent chocolate-covered gargoyle boils to everyone but Bella. Seems he wrote a poem. "Goat guts are red, rat tails are pink. Bella's a drip, and her feet really stink. That's a coffin box, and these are the chocolate-covered gargoyle boils." Then came Halloween. "I think I'll have a Halloween party," said Bella. She made a long guest list with everyone on it but Boris. When Boris heard about Bella's party, he decided to have his own. "Who needs Bella's stupid shindig?" he thought. He invited everyone but Bella. Both monsters mailed their invitations, and both waited for the replies. "I'm not coming to your party," Frankenstein said to Bella. "Why not?" Bella shouted. "I'm going to Hairy Beastie's party. His dust bunnies don't bite, and he makes great caterpillar cupcakes." Monsters called Bella for the rest of the day. Everyone was going to Hairy Beastie's party instead of hers. Meanwhile, more monsters called Boris about his party. "I can't come to your party," said Maury Mummy. "Why not?" Boris demanded. "I'll be at Hairy Beastie's party. He doesn't worry about claw marks scuffing the floors." Halloween night soared in on bat wings. It was cold and dark, the perfect night for a party. Bella sat by herself in her messy cave. "Drat that Hairy Beastie! My party would have been an absolute scream." Boris sat by himself in his tidy dungeon. "Drat that Hairy Beastie! My party would have been frightfully delightful." Bella stomped out of her cave. She was going to give Harry a piece of her mind. Boris stormed out of his dungeon. "How dare that Hairy Beastie ruin everything?" "Out of my way!" yelled Bella. She pushed Boris aside and tromped into the party, tracking mud all over. "You get out of my way!" demanded Boris. He pushed Bella back and wiped his feet on the mat. "Where's Harry?" both monsters yelled. The guests couldn't hear them. They were too busy shrieking and screeching. "Whoomph," said Bella. "Whoomph," said Boris. Bella and Boris wandered over to the buffet. Bella sniffed the snake pit stew. "Not as slobbery as mine," she said. Boris nibbled a maggot muffin. "Too much muffin, not enough maggot," he mumbled. Bella watched some monsters play pin the head on the headless horseman. "What a bore!" she sneered. Boris eyed the monsters, bobbing for eyeballs. "What a snore," he said. Just then, the Howlin' Wolfman Band burst into the Monster Mambo. Soon every ghoul in town was shaking and quaking. Cyclops bebopped, and the Fang flip-flopped. The boogeyman boogied while the trolls twirled round. Bag o' Bones connected his hip bones to his neck bone just for fun. Maury Mummy was swinging so hard he came undone. "Look at them carrying on," Bella mumbled. "They're making fools of themselves," Boris said. The music played on, while the two monsters watched everyone else have a good time. Bella sighed. She loved to dance. Boris looked down at the floor. He hadn't danced in so long. Bella looked at Boris shyly. "Maybe we should show them how it's done," she said. Boris smiled. "We could try," he said. When Bella and Boris came together, they discovered an amazing thing. "You're just the right size," they cried. The two monsters galumped and galomped in perfect time to the music. They danced so well, the other monsters cleared off the dance floor to watch. "Not bad for a grime fighter like you," said Bella. "And you're pretty good for the Queen of Unclean," said Boris. After the dance, they shared a bubbly cup of ghoul drool. When Bella wiped her mouth on her sleeve, Boris didn't say a word. And when Boris cleaned his cup with his handkerchief, Bella didn't tease him. At midnight, everyone lifted their cups and roared. In the corner of the room, there were two new friends, grinning at each other with their snaggletooth smiles. "Happy Halloween, Boris Kleanitoff." "Happy Halloween to you, Bella Legrossi." And from that night on, Bella tried to be a little tidier and Boris to be a little messier. And when Halloween rolled around the next year, they threw the best bash Bouville had ever seen together. And that is the end of the story. So brush your teeth, give hugs to the people that you love, and have sweet dreams. Good night.